Where is this? And why do phone boxes still exist? I found this old photograph from the late 1990s and wondered where it had been taken and if the phone boxes were still there. I remember taking this photo as at the time I did not think red phone boxes would survive for much longer. With the rise of mobile phones taking off, surely soon they would all disappear. To find the location of this photo again, I followed the clues, identified where it was and what had happened and the changes in the area. It was not straightforward. I also found out why phone boxes still exist and was reminded of a competitor, Mercury Communications. Please stay to the end for all the detail. I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe. Brought to you by Eclectic Experience. Change seen through images. I've been taking photos for over 40 years, mainly of buildings and anything of interest. And there are some that I have absolutely no idea where they were taken, including this one of the phone boxes. I'm working my way through them, and if they're interesting, we'll make a video on them, like I did on this police call box, link at the end. I remember taking this photo as there were two red phone boxes next to each other, which was not that common even then, and it was before mobiles had really taken off. Ironically, many phone boxes have actually survived, so I thought it was worthwhile giving it a shot trying to find this one, just in case. This picture was taken with film rather than digital, so there are no electronic details recorded with the image. The picture next to it on the negative is this one, which, after some thinking about, I thought was actually from Belgium as I'd just come back from there. But it turns out it isn't. It's actually from London, and it's a very interesting building, which I will cover at the end of the video. The picture on the other side was this one, of a column, which I later found out was that of the Duke of York, and is located near Admiralty Arch off Trafalgar Square. So that gave me an idea of the area I needed to look in. Looking closely at the picture, there is what looks like the bottom of a street sign in the top corner. Zooming in, we can just about make out the bottom of City. So that looks like it's the City of Westminster street sign, another shown here for reference, which confirms the location of near the Duke of York column. The building also has marble cladding, which is quite 1950s, 60s, and unfortunately there is a good chance that building would have been demolished. But we'll have a look anyway. So, looking at the map where the Duke of York monument is, it looks like the area we need to look in is Pall Mall. So I walked the streets looking for two red phone boxes together. I was not expecting to find many. However, walking from Charing Cross, there were amazingly a lot. Here, not two, but four together, with another over the road. And there's another one here and here. Then I thought these two could be it, but the buildings did not match. My worry from 25 years ago that red boxes would disappear was very mistaken. The red phone boxes were designed by Giles Gilbert Scott, who also designed, amongst other things, power stations including Bankside, now Tate Modern, and Battersea, now a major new development. Seen here behind a red phone box. I've now found out that this box is listed and a type K2. It came into being in 1924. After pounding the streets, I could not find either the two phone boxes or the building with the marble at the bottom, so I tried a different approach. Looking at an old Ordnance Survey map from the National Libraries of Scotland website, link in the description. This one is the 1957 map, and despite having a key reference for telephone boxes, TCB, telephone call box, there are not any actually shown on the map that I can find, so another dead end. As an aside, phone calls made from payphones in the 1990s could be paid for either in cash or using a phone card, which were preloaded payment cards. I've actually managed to find a Mercury Communications £4 preloaded card, image here. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any BT ones, and all the phone boxes we are looking at are actually BT. Mercury was around between 1981 and 1997, and I cannot recall seeing any of their phone boxes for a very long time now. I then had a far closer look at the original picture and thought the only reference that is likely to still be around is on the building opposite, with the name, which is blurred. However, the building is quite distinctive. So that led to a second go of pounding the streets, and I found it. Charles House. I then worked back, and this is the spot I would have stood on. And looking at the map, I think I was standing here. The phone boxes were here, and the building opposite is Charles House, which we can see. The marble-clad building has gone, but a check on Westminster Planning Portal shows that planning permission was granted in 2007 for the building to be refurbished, which is why I couldn't find the marble. So although these two phone boxes aren't there anymore, why do any phone boxes still exist? It is a rarity to see them being used, but there are good reasons. Looking at the ones that have survived, many are old and include the K2 mentioned earlier and the K6 introduced in the 1930s. It was the K6s that were the ones in my photo. From what I can gather, a new design was not introduced until the 1960s. The phone boxes are iconic and recognisable all around the world. It's only necessary to look just about anywhere in London to see tourists wanting to have their photos taken with the phone boxes. Here are some queues outside one, which is outside the HM Treasury building but does have the Houses of Parliament in the background. Also, over 2,000 of these boxes have been given legal protection in that they've been listed, including this one in front of Tate Britain, a K6, and just round the corner, a K2. Here are 6 at Smithfield Market. And for completeness, although I've missed out lots in the middle, here is a modern phone box, seen here in Victoria Street in 2023. Incredibly, it was estimated in 2022 that there were still 20,000 payphones remaining, which is quite surprising given the prevalence of mobile phones. So why do they exist? They exist because they are needed and used, mainly for emergencies and charity call lines, but also because mobile coverage is still not good enough in some areas. However, the older red phone boxes have generally been kept or even moved to good locations for tourist and historic reasons. They are seen as a British icon. On a different type of call box, if you are interested, I made a video about blue police boxes, which can be seen here. And another video, which includes the Duke of York Memorial, is here. Right, back to this building seen here in the late 1990s with its very distinctive dome. Well, completely by accident, I found it when looking up towards the sky. And here it is in 2023. It is actually the View Cinema and is a Grade 2 listed building built in 1923. This is viewed from Lower Regent Street, but my original picture was actually taken from Jermyn Street, which we can see here. It is actually very close to the phone booths we were looking for. And zooming out, we can see Charles House, the building that actually helps us locate the phone boxes. Here is the cinema on a map. And for reference, this is where the phone boxes were, and this is where Charles House is. The domed building has an interesting exterior and was actually built as a super cinema. It has plaques inscribed with music and drama up high on the walls, along with urns on the roof, as well as the dome, of course, which is what caught my attention all those years ago. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If so, I'll be making more similar videos, so please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching Eclectic Experience, change seen through images.